those models.
Yeah, and the other product that they started with was the Apple TV, and that's why I got invited out. So they're coming out with a new Apple TV. It's $179. It's a little box that streams Netflix and video like that. Apple talked about software improvements that included the ability to get live sports, and there's some user enhancements. But the real improvement here is 4K and HDR. So that basically gives you the best video quality you can get today. 4K resolution, high dynamic range, great color, and really what they're doing is playing catch-up. Roku's had those features for a long time. Video Shield, the other industry leaders, so Apple's kind of catching up and saying, now we're finally in the space, we got iTunes turned on 4K, and actually did some nice things if you buy, if you have an iTunes movie, then they'll give you the 4K version for free, which is nice, and they're keeping the price basically the same for the 4K industry-wide. The real news, of course, was the iPhone.
There were 3 iPhones. And that's the thing, this year you're going to be dealing with the iPhones that are coming out September 22nd, which are the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. But the one that everybody's talking about, that's the iPhone 10 or the X.
Yeah.
That one is coming out November 3rd. So that's a while away.
Let's start with the screen, Scott, because as a TV guy, the OLED screen is really what this is all about. But it really has an amazing image quality on the screen itself, and of course,
just do one more from the top so you have a backup.
In terms of image quality, which is great on your phone. That's what you're looking at all day. That was what I was excited about. But then there's these other things that they added.
Well, the other things, mainly the true depth camera. So there's augmented reality that Apple's pushing into. Whether or not you'll be able to
back up a little bit more from the mic on those
appreciate or get into
sections.
augmented reality, Apple's betting hard into it.
Yep.
But from the front-facing end, there are a whole bunch of sensors, including infrared and throwing out points to measure that are going to measure your face, and that's going to unlock a bunch of other possibilities with the camera.
Unlock? I see what you did there.
Face ID. So Face ID is meant to supplant that for Apple Pay and say that it's more secure. Will you feel comfortable using your face versus using your fingerprint? And there is no choice on the iPhone 10. You can also do all the spatial mapping stuff like Snapchat and Animoji. You probably saw the animated poop because that's making the rounds. The thing is that I know this gets released, but the iPhone 8 Plus also has improvements, including they all have wireless charging across the board.
My favorite feature on any phone. I love wireless charging.
That's
and
great.
it's standard. It's the key standard that all the other phones use. So you can charge your phone with any of these inexpensive wireless chargers, which is great. But Apple has a new thing that they're bringing out too.
Yeah, so they're bringing out a whole new standard called AirPower, and that's coming out in 2018. That's the thing that you kind of want to do already, which is charge your AirPods, your Apple Watch, and your phone all on one net.
And the other improvements are like on the portrait mode. You can do a little bit more with the portrait mode and have the background like that. Really cool
and on the 10 you can do front-facing portrait modes too, and there are a whole bunch of studio lighting effects which are nice, and those will be in beta.
If you're an iPhone buyer, which one do you want? Do you want the 8 or do you want the new iPhone 10?
That's the big question. I don't know. I think the 8 is trying to be more like a MacBook Air in the sense that it's trying to be a phone for a lot of people, an incremental upgrade. And I think the 10 is the one that you want to get if you want to be on top of where things are going. But at that price, do you wait an extra year to see if they can iron out some of those things with Face ID and get a few more places next year? Especially if it comes out in November, September the following year is a little less far away.
Yep.
So we'll have to see. It's a bit of a half step in that sense, and we'll be reviewing them all.
Absolutely, really
down
soon.
the road. So I'm Scott Stein.
David Katzmeyer.
And we'll talk to you
soon.
soon.
Thanks for joining us.
The Apple Watch is back. Apple Watch Series 3 has a new feature, which is LTE. The cellular connection, Apple promises, will allow phone calls away from the iPhone, plus be able to use apps away from the phone completely, allowing it to be a standalone device. For that, you're going to have to pay $399 for the starting model of an LTE model of the Series 3. Series 3 also has some new band designs, including a sport loop that's a wraparound nylon design, and there's also a new gray ceramic model. Do you want a standalone watch that's also a phone? That's the question. Apple's still selling Apple Watch Series 1, and Apple Watch Series 3 will slide in where the Apple Watch Series 2 used to be. watchOS 4 coming this fall is also going to throw in a lot of other modes, including an always-on Siri mode, active coaching, and heart rate modes that show you resting heart rate as well as your recovery heart rate times when you're doing a workout. Apple Watch Series 3 is coming out September 22nd.
Ghost of the fire glows in my home. All his paper words have
It is the honor of a lifetime to be the first to welcome you
Graves in the garden, all burned to
Introducing Apple Watch Series 3, and it has cellular built
Sign
in.
your name and
We have two versions of Series 3. There's one with cellular at $399 and a version without cellular that has all the other great features at just $329. Orders will begin September 15th and availability will be September 22nd. This will bring cinematic quality to virtually everything
right there.
you watch. That's why I am so
My
excited
flesh on this
to
earth is
introduce
again.
Apple TV 4K.
My flesh on this
Now you'll
earth
have
is
the
bound
biggest
to
releases
live
in the best picture quality,
somewhere.
all on iTunes, all available for the same price as HD.
Everywhere.
New Apple TV 4K starts at $179 and joins the existing one. You can order it starting on September 15th, and it ships
The
just a
fire
week later.
iPhone 8. iPhone 8. This is a huge step forward for iPhone.
The design is all new. There's glass in both the front and the back. Using the new dual cameras and the A11 Bionic chip, the iPhone 8 Plus, the team has come up with a new feature called portrait lighting. You compose a photo in the camera app using the portrait mode. The dual cameras in the ISP.
I need
sense
4
the
again.
scene. They create a depth map.
8.
I
to
mean
separate
8.
the subject from the background.
Woo, one more time, please.
Using machine learning, it creates facial landmarks and actually changes
Money,
lighting of
the
content.
ember in my wood soul.
iPhone 8 is incredible for shooting photos. It's incredible for video. There's
All
a
his
third category
paper
of use of the camera
words
that's going
have
to become
turned
increasingly important in our mobile
to
devices.
stone.
And that's augmented
Graves in
reality.
the garden,
What's
all
really
burned
cool is with ARKit
to
and Metal 2 on the new
bone.
iPhone, we are able to experience games in an entirely new way.
Sign your
Now
name
with iPhone 8,
and
it's
claim
glass back
one
for
of
enabling
your
freedom
own.
wireless charging.
Graves in the
Really
garden,
happy to
all
iPhone 8
burned
start
to
with a device that costs 64
bone.
gigabytes and a second one at 256 gigabytes. And the price will be $699. iPhone 8 Plus will have
All
the same
burnt,
configuration,
all
64
burned
gigabytes
to bone.
and 256 gigabytes.
Let me just go and grab
Starting at $799.
all those graves in the garden, the
We'll be
first
able
few
to
graves in the
pre-order
garden,
them
so I can make
starting
sure I'm
this
saying
Friday on
burned.
September 15th.
Like in the
It'll be
first beat.
available a week later on September 22nd.
Yes. Both of the
We
ones in
do
the. Let me just
have-
listen to it, make sure it's clear.
One more thing. This is iPhone 10. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone.
Start with the Super Retina display. It's 5.8 inches on the diagonal.
Sign your
Now with the
name.
display going edge to edge and top to bottom, there's no more home button. I know what you're thinking about. Well, what about unlocking? How do you unlock your phone with the iPhone 10? Your iPhone is locked. So you look at it and it recognizes you. Nothing has ever been simpler,
How's that one?
more natural, and
I
effortless.
think both of those could be a little
We call
more
this
clear.
Face ID.
Okay, just do those second lines or
Uh-huh,
that'll be
just the
Face
second
ID,
lines.
You just follow the on-screen instructions, and it tells you how to move your head around in the camera so Face ID can recognize your face.
Graves in
And
the
that's it. You do
not
that once when you
ready
set it up.
at
So our team
all.
created something called Animoji.
I'll give you the whole
These are
previous line.
animated emojis.
And if you want, I can punch out after this line and then I'll
If
keep
you were by
playing right
chance
away so you can
wondering
do a
what
second one.
humanity would do when given
Make sense?
access to the most advanced facial
All his
tracking technology available, you now have your answer.
iPhone 10 also comes
Graves
in two
in the
configurations,
garden,
64
all
gigs
burned
and
to
256.
bone.
Price $999. You can order it starting on October 27th and begin to ship on November 3rd. This is the future of
Graves in
smartphones.
the garden, all burned to bone.
That is iPhone 10. Thank you. Thank you.
Sign your name and claim one of your own. I'd like to do one more pass without stopping
This
and just sing
is
it
iPhone
friendly.
10.
The whole song?
Hopes good things
And then that's
come
last
in
thing.
threes.
We're gonna do
The company launched 3 new iPhones, the
Ghost
iPhone
of
8,
the
8 Plus,
fire,
and the iPhone 10 to mark the 10th
hungry
anniversary of the
and
device.
To reveal a product
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
that will set the path for technology for the next decade.
The 10 is the first iPhone to have an edge-to-edge 5.8-inch OLED screen, wireless charging, and no home button.
I think that's going to be a
Ghost
point
of
of
the
discomfort for a lot of
fire,
people. It's great to go all screen. At the same time, it is the thing you press for comfort.
To navigate, you use gestures.
Blows in the
Now,
corner
you want to go to the home screen?
of my wood
Swipe up
soul.
from the bottom.
Front-facing cameras and sensors create a depth map of your
All
face.
his
Instead of a fingerprint, you log into your phone with facial recognition.
Every time you glance at your iPhone 10, it detects your face.
Graves in the garden,
Even in the
all
dark.
burned
All these features come at a price, with the iPhone 10 starting at $999 for the 64GB
Sign
model.
your
There's definitely a market
name
for a $1,000 phone.
and
Apple's already there. They already have basically $1,000 phones, depending on configuration.
The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus
graves in
keep the
the
home button
garden,
but get a new
all
processor and
burned
wireless charging.
to bone.
The Apple Watch Series 3 has a built-in cellular connection that lets you make calls and get notifications without a phone.
And the number is the same number as your iPhone. You don't have to manage a separate number.
And the
The
Apple
ground
TV
is
streaming
stolen.
box gets a resolution boost to 4K. The iPhone 10 enters a competitive market, with the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 setting pre-order records and Google's
Ghost
new
of the
Pixel phone
fire
expected next month.
burns
The
in
iPhone 8
my
and 8 Plus go on sale
home.
September 22nd and the 10 on November 3rd. In San Francisco, Lexi Savides,
That was the
CNET
wrong.
Top
That was
for
the wrong
CBS News.
lyric. Let me get that. Ghost of the fire, closing my home. Your own. Ghost of the fire.
I am
blows
a
in
talking
my home.
This is Animoji, which is an animated
All
new
his
feature in the iPhone 10. It's using facial tracking and muscles to be able to make me into an animated chicken. I can move my head and do all things like that. Now I can also pick other emoji,
all
like
burned to
a unicorn. My kid's gonna like this one. And also
Sign your
everybody's
name
favorite,
and
the poop emoji. This is going to add AR features that are going to map your face and enable all sorts of weird digital puppetry. Angry panda, sad pig. So it really can map my facial muscles as I move around. And there's Puppy. They're all adorable. There's no talking taco though, unfortunately. Not
flesh
that I
on
can
this
see.
earth
Who knows
is
what I'll look
bound
like when I
to
talk to you
live
next time.
somewhere.
I'm here at the Apple event as
But where?
or a fox or
everywhere.
an alien or whatever else I want to
rest
be. iPhone
my
10 launches
head.
November 3rd, along with Animoji and other features using the
That
TrueDepth front-facing
fire
camera.
ghost stands at the foot of the bed.
I think we do have a shot of building the best
Go ahead and put me 8
office,
before the last verse.
building in the world. And I really do think architecture students will come here to see this.
Again, please. Money's the ember in my wood soul. All his paper words had turned to stone. Graves in the garden, all burned to bone. Sign your name and claim one of your own. Graves in the garden, all burned to bone.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is CNET Live here in the house. Welcome. Brian Tong here with the crew. Let's just get the introductions out of the way because you don't want to see us. You all want to talk with us. First up, the man running the show, Mr. Stephen Beecham. 8-man
I like that
octopus
better.
right there, switching,
Yeah, it
doing
feels
all the
much
magic.
better.
I like
Across
that
from me,
a
the
lot
lovely
better.
Miss Lexi Savides.
Good morning.
Feels less
And over here in this
plagiarizing.
corner, the lovely Patrick Holland.
Ooh,
Hello.
Okay.
And hello.
Beautiful eyebrows. We also have our phone lines that are hot and ready to roll. Just to let you guys and gals know, we know that you are part of this whole experience for the next hour.
Coolio.
You ready for this?
An hour?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We just told you
Cool
that.
up.
It's going to be an hour,
Thought it was
Patrick.
10 minutes. Cool a lot.
The phone number to call in is going to be 1-888-900-CNET. That's 1-888-900-2638 right here. Okay.
Call us.
So we do want to set the stage up here. Apple's keynote will be starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's in approximately an hour. You're going to stick with us. We're here to just talk it all, break it all, everything that you've heard, and we all know much more than anything we've ever seen before at a keynote. But before we start doing this, we wanted to show you some footage directly from Apple's campus. This happened earlier today. We have our crew on the ground. And so remember, this is the first time ever that Apple will be taking a keynote and presenting on Apple Park campus. What you're seeing here is actually the Steve Jobs Theater. It's a separate auditorium location and its own building, obviously in honor of Steve. But also that is where the keynote will be held. So this is some footage that was recorded a little earlier.
Nice to meet you. Like, who's this stranger danger?
Think about this building, but
Let's switch this
it's
guy.
pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. That's not even the headquarters,
I
right?
know. It's kind of nice. Maybe you could
It's
so
a mini
out the ending.
spaceship compared to the big spaceship. So
Totally.
what you need to
And
know
I would
about
smooth the
this theater is
transition
it's got
into, like,
1,000
the bridge.
seats,
Because
and
we changed the plan a little
underground.
bit.
So this is just the like the atrium.
Like in
This
that
is just how you get into it. You
da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
don't even sit in there. You sit underneath.
Because we made an edit.
Very
We
cool.
moved
I'm
it.
excited to see
No,
what
we
it
don't all
actually
have to,
looks
but if
like
you could
once
just
get
heal it, it
down
would be good.
into the depths of it.
Can you say underneath again?
Underneath.
I enjoyed that. I personally enjoyed that.
Oh, you're
So it looks like we're gonna take a peek here and just kind of get a look inside really briefly.
What?
We'll get in there. Get in there.
I hear the bathrooms are in
brands.
the main building. You still have to walk out of the theater, across the No,
Yeah,
that's wrong.
Anyway.
No,
Isn't that right?
they are.
Wow, real cash now.
You
It's
have to
real.
walk out of the auditorium to go to the restroom.
Really?
Yeah, and you walk down like a hill or something like that.
It's what you would want to do.
So here you see this
Cool.
huge atrium.
I love what you guys
circular
did
shape.
on that.
the side,
Oh
you'll
my
kind of
God,
see
it's so
like an opening, and those are
which one?
staircases that actually go down around the edges of this center area. And then there are some like spiraling escalators or like a spiraling elevator that is supposed to be going up and down that they haven't been using. But we want at least to give you a look inside here before we start the show. This is where it's happening. Again, this is not the actual auditorium.
What it is right now is
the presentation
so
space that's going to be
because it's like dark
underground.
and it's a little
The
spacey.
keynote will
But I
be
think there's
streamed
room
by
for a
Apple.
little sparse
As usual,
soloing
we'll be
freak
here before the show.
at the end,
But
and then
during
you'll
the
see
actual
that just
keynote,
heal that
we have
transition.
our own play-by-play. But if you actually want to watch the stream, you can watch Apple's stream itself. The elevator's right there, but it's not operational at that moment.
All those guys in the white shirts are heavily armed too, so do not
Well, that guy was pretty beefy.
It
And
does
I
look
love
like
what
an
you
ice
guys
rink,
did
though,
on
doesn't
that,
it? Like, someone was
the
saying
black
that earlier.
dot,
It's like,
swimming
yeah, I
towards the
could see
black
some ice
dot.
skating happening.
They could do anything they want. Ice
This
capades.
looks like a Thunderdome. Really. I mean, it's
The Thunderdome.
just going to be a lot
I
of
know.
stuff happening.
I agree.
So that is just kind of a look at the space. We will get you looks, but I think what was crazy about these
like,
here
oh my God.
is
You cooked
these
it up.
Yeah.
these buildings actually they kind of still look like
Yeah.
rendered.
But you know,
This is live
it's
right now.
honestly,
This
space.
is a live shot.
This is a live
I
shot
like
at
that.
the moment.
right now.
Yeah.
This is not like a
Finding
3D
the-
CAD shot, is what you're saying, or like
Yeah,
a,
like
a
look at
graphic
you
rendering.
see
Then there's contrast. Then when it's dense, it's for a reason.
The edges.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
haven't
yeah, I
even
like-
talking
yeah,
about.
that's really
we aren't
cool.
even talking
Yeah.
about what we're here for. Is
Especially
the
on that one we
products,
just
but we
did.
did want to give you guys a look at that.
It's like
Those are
what
fields
you
of
did is so
growing green.
beautiful.
It's
That
it's
one
under construction still. This is the amazing. This is the first time I've ever seen this in the flesh, and
Well, you know.
Hey,
out here trying
all
to
the colors of the world.
So there's another few orders of business we want to get to. The phone lines are already filled, so we want to jump into those because we know
Painters.
you are all waiting for that. We will get to those in a second. Okay, so first thing, right? There's ways to interact with our show.
telling you, that's something.
The number one thing is this line. We will keep this line here up as long as possible so you guys know when to call. The other thing is you can tweet us using the hashtag CNET.